Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going over my March budget, and we're going to be talking some wins and some fails, and then we're going to be also going into my April budget. March was a pretty great month. We actually had a lot more income than we expected. Also, I am in my back porch. I just redid my back porch, which is actually the video after this. I'm going to be breaking down the budget and how I did that, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's go over my March budget. So we had $17,221 for our income, which, like, I know that sounds like, and that is a lot of money for 1 month, but it just like did not seem like we had that amount of money. And I think that is, I guess because we aren't spending it and we're just putting it into investments, that it just doesn't feel like ours, I guess you could say. I don't know. Maybe that sounds weird. I don't know. But it definitely didn't feel like we had that much income, but we did. So we ended up having medical reimbursement because I overpaid when I had Brady. So we got a check for $489, and then our taxes were $5,500. We did not spend that money. We just put it straight into investments. And then we got reimbursed for an Airbnb that we canceled. So we were going to fly. We're still flying to Utah in May. But what we were going to do is fly into Salt Lake City, rent a rental car, and then drive to Idaho for like 3 days. And I was like, what a terrible idea. Because we have never flown with Brady, our 7-month-old. He's going to be 9 months, I think 9 months old when we travel. And he's never really in the car seat very long. So I'm like, that is probably not the best idea. So we decided to cancel the Idaho portion of our trip. So we got reimbursed some money. So I actually ended up moving that back into our vacation fund. So in our checking account, we have like other accounts. So like we have a checking account, a travel account that we put a lot of our bonus money in for vacations. We have an account for Sean's roping money and a couple others. So we just have a few accounts in our checking account. And that's where I put the Airbnb money, just so it's there when we need it. Next, what we had is $992 in our fixed expenses, which is a little bit more than I expected. I expected $895. Our debt was $928, which is our truck payment. And then we ended up saving / investing $7,950. Now, this includes our car savings, our UTMA account for Brady, our Roth IRAs, and our taxable brokerage accounts. So that does not include our 401ks, employee stock purchase plans, or our HSA. So overall, including that pre-taxed items, we ended up investing $13,048 this month. So that was a huge win. I feel so incredibly lucky to have that amount of money to be putting away towards our investments. So I feel so blessed every day to have this life, and I am so grateful. So let's go over some items in my budget that I went over on. So our car insurance did get lowered, but I underestimated what the new price would be. I thought it would be $195, but it was $208. Kudos and Coterie. These are two diaper brands. If you're not familiar with diapers, we have been going through it with Brady and his diaper rash. Like, he has never had a diaper rash until last month in March. And we are more of like the natural people, natural route. We like to do things a little natural. We're not against conventional medicine, but we would rather use something all natural. And then if we have to, we'll go the conventional medical route. So we ended up purchasing a new diaper. So we got Coterie diapers. No, we got Kudos diapers, which is new diapers that we had never used before. Unfortunately, I ordered the smaller size, and I don't know how I did that. It goes by weight. I ordered his weight, but they ended up being too small. So we ended up ordering Coterie diapers again. So long story short, it was $209 instead of $125. So we definitely overspent on Brady. And then also we overspent on Brady because we got a few things for his diaper rash. We got like some sort of like tea tree oil cream that's really good for, healing the skin. What else did we get? We got like special stuff for his bath. We did try like this antifungal that the doctor prescribed, which worked for like a few days. We ended up having to put some steroids on it, which I hate. I hate putting steroids or anything like that on him. But it did clear up within like 1 to 2 days. However, so that was like a few weeks ago, and now it's back. And I'm telling you, like, it's been so hard dealing with this. I literally had him out of diapers. I had him like, changing diapers like as frequent as possible. So we overspent. And then I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to kind of explain where our money went because I think we were over on Brady like $150. We ended up ordering this sleep medicine. It's not medicine, it's like lotion. It's like lavender, and we still haven't received it yet. It's from Canada. And I'm looking down because he's sleeping and I just want to make sure he's not awake. So we ordered that, which was $50 because he's not sleeping. And yeah, we're literally going to try anything to get him to sleep. So it's just been a very, very challenging month, I would say, for March with Brady. Okay, and then this credit card, like we put a lot of things on our credit card, even though I cash stuff, I still use my credit card. And this is like my credit card, and then Sean has two credit cards that he uses. One is for his horse business, so he puts a lot of things on his card to get like points and money back. So that's what the credit cards are. I try to pay as much as I can in cash, but realistically, like I've said in my previous videos, we live in such a small town that I don't have a lot of options when it comes to shopping. So we put things on our card and we always pay it off in full. Like I have no problems with credit cards. Like I have never been late on a credit card payment. I've never accrued interest. I feel very comfortable with the way I handle them. If you don't, then please don't get a credit card. But I personally feel like I can manage it well. But having the cash and like unstuffing my envelopes still keeps me accountable so I don't overspend. Like I have to constantly be unstuffing my charges on my credit card because if I don't, then I will go over budget. So that was that. So overall, I think that March was a huge success and I am very happy with how it went. And then just to give you an update, I don't know if you watched my last video. I did a video about like getting my life organized, and if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch it. I can't tell you how much that helped me, like organizing my life and being more consistent with my high priority tasks in my day. Like I have worked out every single day, every single weekday. I have not missed a workout. I have been consistent with all my like home chore tasks. I haven't felt like this huge stress. Like I feel like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders after I just wrote everything down and identified like what my priorities are. So I just feel like really, really good after doing that. So if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that if you feel like you're like stressed out and struggling and not getting your life together. So, okay, moving on. April is looking like a good month. And just FYI, I'm going to show you before April today's April 1st. So before April rolls around, and this video is going to be coming out next week, I always sit down and do all my cash envelopes, and I'm really working on getting this available to you guys so you can just have it for free. And I need to tweak a few things, and I just haven't had the time to do it, but I'm gonna make it a priority so you guys can have this envelope prep and use it. So let's go over April though. Okay, so our projected income for April is $11,183. Our variable expenses are $6,215. We started with a $3,000 buffer. We always keep $3,000 in our checking account, just as a buffer, just in case anything comes out, or if I need to take money out to cash stuff and we hadn't got paid yet. So we always start with $3,000. Fixed expenses, $908, debt, $928, savings, $23.50. Okay, so nothing's changing in our investments. I still plan on putting $850 in our taxable brokerage account. We actually have been toying with the idea of not contributing to our Roth IRA and putting that money in a taxable brokerage account. My husband is the big picture guy. Like, I like the nitty gritty details of our budget. I like to, analyze how we spend, but he is more of like the tax strategies and how we're going to achieve early financial independence, early retirement in our 40s. So he was watching a video, and it was talking about the tax advantages of a brokerage account versus like a Roth IRA. And he was thinking about having us put our money in a taxable brokerage account, but we ended up doing the Roth IRA still. So we'll see. I mean, there's still plenty of time for us to switch investment strategies. Okay, so our income should be pretty stable. Actually, I lie. I think my paycheck went up about $100. So I'm going to change this to 1900. I'm going to say 1900, like not 1901, because I got a raise and I think it's a little bit more. So there we go. Okay, and then extra nanny costs. So we always allot $965 to our nanny twice a month. However, it's more than that. Like, our nanny costs more than that. So what we do is we put a huge lump sum of money in a account, in like our checking account area. And when it's over on the nanny cost each month, we will just take from that account to cover the costs. So I have to transfer $655, which I think I already actually did, into our checking account to cover. Okay, and then car insurance, I changed to $208. Actually, let me see. Yeah, $208.88. I'm going to change that. I'm really trying to be a little bit more precise with like cents and things like that. Coterie, we're back to Coterie, $125. Hopefully that does not change. Subscriptions, I need to look at this because I just renewed my Canva subscription. I do CapCut, and then Sean does like a $10 music subscription to like Amazon Music without ads or whatever. And I think those are the only three oh, and then I have like Apple Storage, which is like $3. I need to sit down and calculate those. I don't think it's exactly $50. So I need to be a little bit more exact with my subscription. So I'm going to do that as well this month. We always put $380 into our account for home insurance. And actually, we have a bill this month. I think it's $2,800 for our home insurance. We pay in full. We get a little discount if we pay in full, and we have been saving for that every single month. So when it comes up, we have the money. So I have to pay that. So maybe I will actually, where do I want to put that? Maybe I will, I don't know if I'm going to allot for that. I don't know. I don't know how I want to allot for that in my budget yet. That's pretty standard. Cash envelopes. So I have already taken, actually this was $1,200. So, well, I actually can leave that because I thought it was going to be $1,230, but it was $1,200. So I already got my cash envelope money out. I published that video actually today. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a good one. Electric, $165. We were actually under on our food and grocery budget last pay period. I think we were about $750. So it kind of offset the extra money that we spent on Brady. So there's our nanny costs. Water is, we just caught the bill today. It's more than $65. And that's because I've been using so much water to water my plants. So I'm actually probably going to take that out of my plant fund, my gardening fund, to cover that cost. And then we have our truck payment. So I like to keep my budget like as minimal as possible. I do not like a cluttered budget. Anyway, so that is what's going on for April. So our goal is to, let's see, how much are we hoping to invest? $7,589 is our goal for April. We'll see if we hit that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please, I would really appreciate a like, a share, or a subscribe if you are interested in following my journey to financial independence. I publish cash stuffing videos every other week. I do a budget video, and then I do another sort of vlog. So if you're interested in that, please follow along. I would also love to hear from you guys if you felt like this video was helpful in any way, or if you have any ideas how I can improve my budget. I would absolutely love to hear from you. So drop a comment if you feel like it, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you.